Melanie refused to come help me stake out Carl's house, so I went solo. Sat in Cheeto with a tall coffee and traded email with the booker's assistant in London, watching windows until I saw Vincent walk past one. I stopped for another large coffee on my way to print up the tour promoter's contract at Kinko's. Signed and initialed all my paperwork, wrote the day, month, and year in all the right places, picked up a different pen at the counter and forged a second set of documents on Vincent's behalf. Scanned and uploaded the whole mess to Dropbox for the booker, sent them an email, and CC'd Melanie. I put an official-looking black report cover on a third copy of the tour contract for Vincent. A harmless ego placebo dripping with sign here stickers to make him feel important, while indicating his agreement to hold harmless, defend, and indemnify Canzano Promotions International for any sleep, sheep, or shekels lost, directly or indirectly, due to war, social unrest, or political instability, foreign or domestic terrorism and acts of God, or lack of earnings if any performance dates were canceled due to rain. Then I printed my contract for Vincent, the one I wrote for him that morning. Shot a staple through the corner and folded it in thirds. Put it in my purse and wondered if he'd be sober enough to read anything by the time I found him. I met with the building manager to negotiate a return of as much of the deposit as possible. He was impressed by Vincent's detailed cleaning and the lack of nail holes in the plaster. I looked to the four corners of the front room and considered how few things had happened here that were worth remembering, let alone photographing. Never mind fucking framing. Vincent stood with my contract rolled tightly behind his back and watched the planes, his silhouette stamped against the glass overlooking the runway. I studied my balding Holden Caulfield in a black suit, ready to conquer the world with a public school education and zero understanding of social media. A crazy wise heart and a bard's uncanny instinct for expressing an uncomfortable inventory of emotion. An author of love songs for the angry and lonely also-rans. That's where his greatest beauty shone brightest to me, when Vincent attempted to climb something tall, but fell and came up short. His gracious acceptance of senseless self-defeat. His knack for popping up again and immediately getting busy with the process of rebuilding. The man was at his best when he was chasing a dream out of reach. I took 2 of my favorite pills and checked YouTube. 500,000 hits and counting. I gasped for air and passed it off as a cough when people looked. Smiled like I was grateful for their unsolicited concern, paged to the back of the magazine, and graded my vagina quiz. I burned the time until boarding on my phone, went looking for some pictures of this fucking swamp bitch Jenny, and found images of angry women with shaved eyebrows, crouched at the base of a chain-link fence, throwing up gang signs wearing Oregon prison blues at Coffee Creek. I blocked Jenny as a contact and checked my gut. Felt around for feathery signals that the drugs were kicking in, and looked up to see Vincent walking across the departure lounge with my contract clutched behind his back, lunging in silly John Cleese strides and stepping only on the carpet's blue diamonds.